So far, the Crimson Tide has won 17 of its first 18 games heading into SEC play. What's your assessment of this group as the Tide starts its conference slate of games?
Yeah, I think they're ready to go. I think that's the biggest thing. You want to use these first 18 to 20 games to kind of figure out your lineup, to figure out kind of pieces in the bullpen, figure out your starters, and work through some of that. And I think we've got a pretty good feel for that. I think guys played a really good brand of baseball these first 18 games. Obviously, would have loved to have finished that Presbyterian series, but yeah, they've been tough. They play hard. I think it's a really dangerous lineup with some weapons out of the bullpen. So now everything kind of wipes clear as we head down to Aggie Land and be a good test for our guys this weekend.
The Tide pulled through with a big win on the road against a solid UAB team on Tuesday. How important was it for the group to begin conference play with a victory such as that under your belts?
Yeah, I think two things. I think really, being our second really true road game was good for us just to get on the road to play. But the other thing is just playing a tight game. We've fortunately kind of had some pretty wide margins of victory, which is great for your stats and great for your mental part. But at the end of the day, we're going to play a lot of tight ones. And I love to see kind of the mentality in the dugout yesterday. We're up 3-1. I think at one point up 3-0 at one point. They got tied and there was nobody pressing. We hammered a couple balls. Their center fielder made some really good plays and didn't feel like we tried to do too much. And I think playing a tight game as we head into conference play is going to be good for us. Just to keep that feeling, keep that mentality, and make sure when we head down there, we don't have to be anything different. It's just another test. We can go out and operate in that environment.
For those who may be unaware, what are some things about conference play, especially in the SEC, that makes this league so difficult to maneuver?
Yeah, there's good players all over college baseball. I was talking to a really good friend of mine that was in the ACC, and he was talking about it. He was like, man, the quality of players, there's good players in every league in the country. The difference in the SEC is the environment that you step into each weekend. And so, winning on the road in this league is just a whole other animal because you're battling an elite team, but you're also battling 10,000 people that are rabid, crazy fans that want to win. And so the environments are just next level stuff. Your margin for error is just much smaller. Some of these games we set up 8 out of the 9 innings, we got runners in scoring position, less than 2 outs, and you might not get it done once or twice, and then you break through. You might have that maybe once in the game, maybe twice in the game, and your margin and your room for mistake is just so small. So we don't have to do anything extra. It's just the test. Can we go operate in that environment when you only get 1 or 2 chances, and can we make that pitch? Can we make that play? Can we execute at that spot in the 5th, 6th, 7th inning? And that's usually the game.
Well, speaking on that note, what challenges do you expect to face on the road, specifically in an environment such as College Station?
It's probably the most talented team in college baseball. The loss of Gavin Kovac hurts them because that guy's a special player. But they're getting Caden Sorrell back this weekend, who does nothing but hit. So I'm hoping he's a little rusty this weekend. But it's just an incredibly talented roster that hasn't played awesome baseball to this point. But I think anybody in baseball knows it's coming. It's coming for that group. Michael Early's a really good young coach, and he's going to have them right. They've got a superstar in Jace Lavalette, and they've got 3 elite starters, all left-handed, which is kind of rare, And you got Ryan Prager, who turned down a lot of money to stay in school, Justin Lampkin, who's ticked up and is throwing the ball better, and then Miles Patton, who we're really familiar with. We recruited him really hard here. That can just really pitch on Sunday. So it's 3 elite starters. It's a really dangerous lineup. And I grew up being an Aggie fan, so I know what that fan base is like, and they're hungry, they want to win. The student section's electric, hanging right over our dugout, so it's going to be, can we go operate? Can we be ourselves within that, not let emotion take over, but just play our game, play hard, and be there with a chance to win late?
Well, on the other side of that coin, what is it about this Alabama group that you believe will test the team that was ranked atop the country to begin the season?
I think it's just a really relentless offense. I think 1 through 9, there's danger. Those guys can run the ball out of the yard 1 through 9, but they also just play really well together. Like that lineup really functions as a unit really well, which I think is going to give anybody fits. And so if we can go operate the way we're capable of, I think that's going to give them fits. And you got Zane Adams and Riley Quick kicking off the weekend, who are 2 of the best starters in the country. And you got Bobby Alcock, who's got the experience. Man, he's got tons of experience. He's still coming back from injury too, and each outing has gotten better and better for him. And you got some weapons in the bullpen. We've got different looks. We've got guys that can come in and throw 3 times on a weekend if we need them to. So come in, do your job, get out, pass to the next guy. So I think it's just a group. More than anything, these kids love playing together, and I think that's a dangerous thing when you get 30 dudes rolling into College Station operating as a unit. You give yourself a fighting shot, and so looking forward to just seeing how we operate and what the test looks like. It's just the next step for our guys.
What do you hope to see from this weekend, aside from winning games, to consider this weekend a success?
Yeah, like I just want to see us be ourselves there. Like in this league, you can play good baseball and lose. Like there's just those kind of teams in this league, So to me, yes, you want to get conference play starting on the right foot, but at the end of the day, I just want to go see us function the way we've been functioning and not make this weekend bigger than it is. We're not winning the league this weekend. We're not losing the league this weekend. I just want to see us go on the road in a hostile environment and be ourselves. And if we can do that, I can live with whatever the results are. So I think this group's poised and ready to go, and I trust the heartbeat of this group. I don't think they'll make it bigger than it is, and now it's time to go send it and see what happens.
Is there anything you'd like to relay to the fans before the Crimson Tide heads to College Station?
No, they've just been great this year. I'm looking forward to getting these guys back from spring break. Our student section's been electric all year, even in basketball season, which hopefully still continues here for quite a while. But man, they've been awesome, and we've got Tennessee here next weekend, week 2 of conference play, and I mean, you can argue that's the best team in the country right now. I think LSU's ranked number 1, but I think you can argue that Tennessee might be the number 1 team in the country right now that are going to be rolling into here. So we got them here last year. We won 2 or 3 against them here last year, and we're going to need this place to be a huge home field advantage for us week 2. So I appreciate how they've been showing up, and we're going to need them nice and rowdy next weekend.